Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. Today is Friday, already, the end of the week. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful week. Mine has been hectic. Um, Sorry you haven't seen much of me this week, but I just really haven't felt like it, to be honest. It wasn't intentional, but I just really have not felt good this week at all. My back's still bothering me, and I'm trying to take it slower, but like yesterday, I ended up kind of doing a lot of little things, and I'm just um, still really sore and achy. And then I had a little bit of eczema flare up this morning on one of my fingers, which just itched to no end. But I just really haven't been feeling good and having stomach issues and just all kinds of things. So I'm sorry that I haven't been on here much this week. That was really not my intention, to take off almost all week, but it just sometimes um, ends up working out that way. And then today I had errands to run this morning. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. It's like I'm allergic to something over here. Anyway, sorry about that. This morning I had errands to run and such, so I pretty much, after I ran errands, well, I say that, I got up this morning, I had to get some paperwork together and things, and let's say from the get-go this morning, about 7 something in the morning, I was working on stuff till about 11, and then I went and ran my errands, and just basically by the time I got back here, I was worn out, to be honest. I stopped at the Dollar Tree, um, a different Dollar Tree than what I usually go to. I have been to this Dollar Tree before, but it's been a while, and I've been wanting to get there anyway. It just so happened that I was in that area. So, which was nice because it's slightly different than the one I usually go to. So, they did have yarn. It was the yarn choice, I have to say, like their selection, of the Premier Chanel yarn that's in the balls they sell at Dollar Tree. There wasn't a lot of selection of that. There was a couple of the Just yarn as well. There was actually a red heart in there and little tiny, like little itty bitty skeins, and I can't remember what it was called, red heart something. And that was like got to be one of the worst yarns I've ever felt, but it was not 100% acrylic. Um, I did look at that, and I can't remember. It had polyester, and I think something else in it too. Anyway, it was horrid, but I did buy like 3 balls of yarn though. I just stuck to, I got a red one, a light blue one, and a white one. So I kind of want to get more used up of what I have already, and then I figure in 2 weeks I'll probably get some more, because I really like, well, the red that they had was a really bright red, and I haven't seen that one down at the one I normally go to. I haven't seen that one down there, so I got one of those. And but I was kind of short on time in there and just wanted to get a few things and get out of there. And then just the walking around there, it's like that wore me out this morning. So yeah, had lunch and came home, and I honestly have not done much today. So I have done some crocheting though. And speaking of the Premier Chanel yarn, that is, at the Dollar Tree, I did finish this little flower pile that I started. When I finished the others, I had started another one here. So I did finish this one today, which I see I've got a little piece of yarn to clip off the back yet. I thought I got, but at any rate, this one's done. So now I have 4 of these little flower piles. So I'm just putting these together basically. I may I figured I will end up like taking these and putting those in that craft bazaar that a church is having in October that I'm doing. So I have 4 so far, so we'll see how many we end up by then. But obviously, I have other things I would like to make for that. Another thought is that since it will be October, I'm kind of thinking along the lines of Halloween things as well, like or Halloween / fall, because, you know, and that's hard to believe. My goodness, it's already August. Like, I mean, today's the 8th. It's crazy. Because like September and October will be here before we know it, and then it'll be Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I am not. I can't think that far ahead. I just need to stop. Literally, I can't think that far ahead. I just have so much to accomplish between now and, you know, fall even and winter. So I'm gonna just stop with that. But I did get this one done. That's why I brought my tea. I have been drinking all day. It's warmed up here again, like almost 90, but the humidity, you know, the humidity is way back up, and I'm trying to think what day it was. It was only about, it's a day or two ago. It's only like about 80 degrees, but the humidity is back, and it's very hot outside again. So, you know, I'm back to feeling like I'm dehydrated. So I'm constantly drinking all day. So the other thing that I did finish was this bag. I did finish this yesterday, and it actually has, I used it today, y'all. I wove in the tails this morning while I was getting my other stuff together and whatnot, because I thought I got to take that with me, because, like, look how good this looks with my dress, y'all. Is that not so cute? So I love how this turned out. And this is the Stroll purse. That's the Premier Yarns pattern. It's on their website. I will link that again in the description box. I've been putting in the description box. That is a free pattern if you would like to check that out. And as I stated before, you can, you know, definitely just use cotton yarn if you want to do that, and not use this yarn. This yarn is the Premier Candy Shop yarn. It's a 5-weight yarn. So I'm going to show you. I left this in here on purpose. This is what I have left. So what I did from the first purse, I had half of a ball left. I took that half of a ball and where I added on after I used up 2 balls, which brings it literally almost to the top, because this is 20 rows. Now I will tell you, I forgot to mention the other day, I ended up doing 22 rows on the first bag I did, and that just, I had 21 rows by the time I went back and looked at that. And then the funny thing is, I looked up Cinnamon Stitch's video. I can link that in the description too, but she did a tutorial on how to do this bag as well, from that pattern, even though she altered hers slightly in that. But anyway, it so happened I flipped that on around the same time, and she ended up doing 22 rows. So I did 22 on mine on the first one. This one though is to the pattern, which is 20 rows, so it's just slightly a little bit smaller. So I took the half a ball, I added that, like, I think the last 2 rows at the top, in other words, are from this, which was what I had left of the strawberry lemonade. So that's all I have left. So out of 6 balls that I bought, 3 to do 2 different bags, I ended up using 4 balls completely plus this one. And I still have a full one left. So that worked out great. That's why I left that in the bag here, just to show y'all what I had left of this. Now, this is not, again, I've already mentioned, this is not my favorite yarn. It is thick. It is not a texture similar to rope. So most people will probably not like this. But like I said, for the purpose that it's intended, I actually like it and got into it. And I do love how the colors in that played out. In this, I ended up using, I did the same colors on both bags. And I did, the bottom is the grape fizz. And then I had the sour punch. And then the very top here is the strawberry lemonade, as well as the straps are also the strawberry lemonade. So again, this is what I had left. And I'm thrilled because like I'm actually using this, and I just think it's so stinking cute, isn't it? Like I love the colors. It's just so fun. I mean, you gotta admit, like it's just fun and bright. So it's like a perfect summer bag, and it is still summer. We're not into fall yet. So so I love it. You know, once we get to fall and winter, then that'll be a different story because I won't be carrying this. In the fall, it's not such a big deal, but like obviously in the winter, I'm not going to want to be carrying this. But nonetheless, I love it. I think it's cute. Really, really happy with how it turned out. The other one, like I said, is slightly bigger. I can also link Cinnamon Stitches, where she did the tutorial for it, in the description. I need to go back and link that in the previous video too, because I was like an afterthought after the fact that I thought, oh, I forgot to put that in there too, because in case you want to go back and watch that, maybe, because even if you just use regular cotton to make your bag, like you might want to watch her. This is a little bit, she gives kind of some tips of how, like, well, you don't have to do it like this, and you can, you know, like the straps, the way I like the way that it said to do the straps or whatnot, and I did mine slightly different. It's not a big deal, you know. So I mean, it's, you know, and if you're a seasoned crocheter, you will not have a problem with it. You'll just do whatever you want, you know, to make it the way you want it, basically. But yeah, I love how this turned out. So I have just literally not done a lot of crocheting this week, and I'm trying to think, well, I have worked on this off and on, and I wasn't actually like, you know, going very fast on it per se. I was like doing 2 or 3 rows here and there over the last couple of days. So, and then the flower I just finished today. The Boggy Creek blanket that I still need to finish. I intentionally did not. I kept thinking, that kept weighing on me that I, you know, oh, I need to go ahead and finish that. And I do want it finished, but y'all, with it heating up like it has, I could not bring myself to work on that blanket. It's just, no. It's just no right now. So, you know, we'll have to see. Maybe next week, because I definitely want it done and put up and whatnot. But I thought, I cannot put that blanket on my lap right now. I just know it's too much at the moment. I mean, that's a chunky blanket at that. It's not just and a regular 4-weight acrylic yarn, you know. So I couldn't do it. I never could bring myself to actually do it. So hopefully maybe next week. I know the next few days are supposed to be around 90 degrees. And today was 88, which was enough. Like, it was stuffy enough outside, even though I did sit outside Most of the day, honestly, again, for just relaxation, just chilling, crocheting on my, I was out there crocheting my flower and trying to finish that up and just taking it easy and watching a show and all that kind of stuff. And I'm way behind y'all. If you have a channel and like I watch you, I'm way behind y'all. Like I went through several people and I'm like watch 4 or 5 of their videos or something. I'm just so far behind. So I will eventually get there, but I've like veered off course. Things have been weird recently. I mean, in my life anyway, things have been strange. It's like there's been some strange shift again in my life, and I can't even exactly tell you entirely what it is, like, because I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's not something that I could say, well, this or that happened, or I really, I mean, there has been things happen, things happen every day, but I, it's just weird. Things have felt different recently. Even, I've noticed, like, even my husband, it's like, I don't know, we have been like drawn closer recently, and even he said some things, messaged me the other night while he was at work, and I was just like, oh wow, like that was powerful coming from him, because like he doesn't usually say things like that, and it was like more of a real like emotion stuff. My husband's not really good with, not all the time anyway, he's not really good always with emotions. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I should say he's not good at vocalizing and conveying his emotions in that manner. I think a lot of times, I mean, a lot of men do that. It's not just him. Of course, a lot of people do that too. But it's just, like I said, it's just been weird recently. So I don't know. Things, but, and maybe that's why too. Like, I just have not, I've not been feeling anything this week. And it's not just like, it's just been everything that I just feel tired. I feel weak. I feel sore. And my back has just been, it's like so bad. And, I'm still going through the motions of the cooking, the cleaning, I'm still doing the things that I've needed to do all week. But as far as like doing a lot of crocheting or, even my remodeling stuff and whatnot, I just have not felt it at all this week. So, that's how things usually happen though. Things kind of like, for me anyway, I feel things shift and change. And then like the following week I'll feel like, like a giant sigh of relief, I don't know, and feel gung ho to jump in again. So I don't know, maybe that's what I needed this week. I guess that's what my body's telling me. That's just how it's been. And like I said, I didn't mean to be gone this long. So I am going to continue. I've already started another flower because why not? I'm going to make more of them anyway. They're so cute. And like I said, I want to put some of them in that booth. So just something, easy and kind of quick to make. Maybe probably faster for somebody that does that more so than me. But I started the next one and I started out slower and now I'm getting a little faster. But um, if you don't do amigurumi, you're not used to that though. Like I'm on the like brown face, like I'm doing one now with the brown face, like this one, which I think this is my favorite. That I did previously. I just think that is so stinking cute. But the brown is like, I don't know, it's so cohesive and meshes in so that it's harder to see the stitches. So I can feel them though and move right along. So I on the next one, I've already I'm kicking in, moving faster on it again. But you know, I haven't done these for like a week again. So, but I love this one. This one needs to be mine because it's my favorite. Although I can just make another one like it, I guess. But I love that so much. And then see, they can be friends, and they're just multiplying. There's some other amigurumi things that I want to work on as well. I just have not. I started to look at one tutorial earlier. It's one I've already watched, but it's something small that I want to make too. But I really truly do need to sit down and make a list of, like, get an idea of what I'm wanting to take to this craft show. Sorry. Trying not to yawn. I don't want to make y'all yawn. I don't know where the heck that came from. I'm just tired. But I may or may not come back tomorrow. I have to see. I would like to do another video tomorrow if I can get that fit in. I'm not sure what's even going on tomorrow, to be really honest, because my husband is signed up to work tomorrow. So he may or may not end up working. Depends on if they end up working people tomorrow, if that makes sense. So sometimes when you sign up, they don't always like run production like on a Saturday. Sometimes it's like, in other words, volunteers sign up, but they don't always decide to do production on that day. So we'll just have to see. I don't know what's going to be. I know I need to get several things done this weekend, for sure. So so I will see you in the next one. Thank you all so very much, truly, for watching. I absolutely do appreciate it, and I appreciate you very much. Bye now, and God bless.